Hello Libra, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a weekly reading, Libra. How you doing, my friends? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. Libra, I'm here with the Lenormand deck. We're looking at the rest of March. So I felt like I just needed to give you energy for the rest of March. Of course, I'll be back with other readings for the week. But everything has been sort of bottlenecked for me because there's a lot of construction going on around me. So Libra, if you want to know when I'm uploading for you, please click on that bell button, that bell icon, so you'll get notified when I'm online. But also, you'll need to subscribe to do that. So if you're intending on staying, I hope that you will. Thank you so much for all the ways you've been loving on me. Thank you for your thumbs up. It does spread the word and it calls in other Libras. Thanks for building this tribe. And if you're the ride or die, thanks for doing that. Hey, this reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, not just for the Sun sign, please know. And so I could be reading for somebody who has a different Sun sign and it has a Libra in one of the moons, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. So I could be reading about other signs other than just the Sun signs. Keep that in mind. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended and how to find the private reads. If that's what you're into, hang out. Let's find out what's going on for Libra. We've got the Labyrinth. So I think that in the beginning of this month, you were a little bit confused about a goal. It feels like everywhere you went, the door closed, or everywhere you went, you were bumping into a wall. It feels like you have some sort of a goal, I think, for the month, but it feels like right now, it doesn't feel like a clear path. It feels like you keep hitting obstacles or doors or walls. I'm going to say, yeah, it feels like you're being sent on a bunch of different side quests here, Libra, in the beginning of the month. We do have the middle of the month becoming more stable. It feels like it becomes more stable emotionally here. And it might, by the end of the month, you might be getting some sort of new information about how to better navigate whatever it is that you're trying to navigate in the month of March. Some of you could be purchasing a home. We've got the King of Hearts here, King of Cups. If it is a home that you're trying to purchase, because fours are about stability. So I feel if it's a home you're trying to purchase, that you're keeping it under wraps until you sign the contract, until you sign the paperwork. There's something here that I feel you're keeping secret, and I don't think that it's deceitful. I don't think that it's secretive, if you understand. The Seven of Swords is here, but I feel like it's something that you're not telling other people because the details aren't worked out yet. So card number 27 is a 9. It feels like maybe you didn't expect for this to come up right now, that maybe you expected that something was going to come up closer to the end of the year. Like maybe if you were looking for a house, maybe you found the house. And you don't want really anybody to know what's going on until you sign off on the paperwork. It feels like it's something that you've been thinking about secretly, quietly, by yourself, making your own decisions. It feels like up till now, you've been wandering about with doors being slammed in your face or walking into walls. Like it feels like you do all the work to get somewhere and boom, no, that wasn't for me. So it does feel like it is about stability, possibly about a home, about a purchase maybe. But it does feel like it's something that's attached to your emotions, I'll just say. Oh, we've got the Star. The Six of Hearts in the bottom right-hand corner. This is very interesting because like I'm an energy reader, right? So I do know what the Lenormand cards mean, but I read them differently because I feel them all as well. And so I feel like there is something that you've been hoping or wishing for that's about to be revealed to you, but I think it's being revealed to you in a sudden way. 16 is the Tower for me, right? So I'm thinking in my brain, right, because I mainly read tarot, that this feels like it's going to be revealed to you. Wish fulfillment is about to be revealed to you. And it's something that you've been like waiting all year for. Just I'm saying all the signs of the zodiac here, like you've been waiting a whole year for it possibly. It feels like it's something that you've always wanted or something that's going to be coming back around. Six of Hearts is the Six of Cups. So I feel like something you've been waiting on is about to return or about to show up, or you're going to get a second chance to look at it. Maybe it's a house. Maybe it's stability. Maybe it's a job that's going to give you stability to buy the house. But it feels like you might be getting some sort of notification, message, letter, contract. Something is showing up here that finally is not a closed door and it's not bumping into a wall. It's going to actually take you all the way to the goal, which is something that you love. All right. Let's find out what deck we're using here. take a look at tarot for you, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Yeah, I think things stabilize in the middle of the month. Oh, look at that. We've got one card that ended up in here. What is it? Oh, Judgment. Something keeps coming back around. I feel like something keeps coming back around until you see it. Judgment has been showing up a lot today, by the way. Feels like somebody didn't feel they were ready for it and now is going to be ready for it. All right, let's get back to shuffling. Tell me about Libra, please. I think you're going to have to agree to the terms. Whatever this is. Could be a relationship. Could be moving in with somebody. You're going to have to agree to the terms, friend. And that's when everything will shift. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So it feels like it's been something that you've been nurturing or waiting on. It feels like you've been putting a lot of hard work into this. And it's something that I feel that you've been keeping a close eye on. Feels like every time you hit a wall, because a labyrinth, right? You know, when you drop a rat into a maze, it's kind of like that. It feels like here this Seven of Pentacles tells me that you've been reassessing the situation. You've had to do so many reassessments. Maybe financial reassessments, time, effort, and energy reassessments. Like it feels that there is something here that you've been trying to accomplish and there's a bunch of obstacles between here and there. We've got the Death card. Very interesting. Something here is about to transform. And it's going to end the hard work. I feel like something you've been putting a lot of energy into. Time, effort, energy, money. Whatever you've been putting your energy into, which is, I think, trying to make your way through the labyrinth, which feels unending. I feel finally your search is over. If it's for a house. King of Cups is here. King of Hearts, right? King of Cups is here. It could be something stabilizes emotionally. You've been waiting a really long time for this. And it's been obscured. Like it's something that either you've been waiting on and not telling people about, or something that's been under the surface and you've been waiting on it quietly. Hopefully. These cards are both about reassessing, moving slow, being very practical. I feel like you've been very patient for sure about something to change. It could be your financial situation. Tell me more. Ah, the Fool is here. So I think your wait is over. I'm going to say your wait is over. Whatever you've been hoping for, whatever you've been hoping to stabilize or to buy the house or moving somewhere, the contract's coming. I think somebody's going to tell you you've been approved for the mortgage or you've got the new job. Something that you've been waiting for a really long time is about to come to you in writing, possibly. Look at that. Temperance and the Fool at the center of the read with Death. I love that. I actually love that energy. It feels really good. It feels like you've been waiting for so long for something to stabilize, and something is finally coming into a place of stabilization. And it feels as though it ends some sort of a waiting period, or it ends you having to just work so hard. It feels like you accomplished something. The Fool is here, and although this is uncharted territory or something that you're unfamiliar with, which can bring its own nightmare fuel, right? The Death card is kind of nightmare fuel, can bring its own nightmares because you're unsure, right? Like the Fool is like starting a new job, and maybe you just got out of school, and even though you graduated top 1% of your class, you still have to figure your way around the hospital. Maybe you're a nurse. You know what I mean? It's something that is brand new to you because something has ended. Something else is being born in its place. The Queen of Pentacles. It has to do with something that costs a lot, has a lot of value, something that is growing or has grown to here. I'm going to say that somebody here who's been having health issues, I feel for you that something is coming back into balance. You're going to get good news about something that has been reassessed and reassessed and reassessed again. Maybe you're trying to sell a house, and it could be the reassessment on a house is coming to you via paperwork. Something is being revealed to you that is going to cause some sort of a shift here. Something that you've been hoping for or wishing for. It's going to put you in the spotlight, make you the star. And I feel like people are going to be cheering you on here. This news could be brought to you by someone that you know really well. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Hanged Man. So it's something that definitely has had your life in a pause. You've been waiting on this. We've got the Page of Pentacles. It's a new beginning of some sort, or something is finally materializing in the 3D. But look, we have 7, 1 pentacle for the 8, and then we have 1 pentacle, which is a 9, and then we have the 10th one here. It feels like it's something that is going to be long-term. And so you were okay to be patiently waiting for this, but you were in a pause, trying to get perspective about what it looks like to begin again or start over. We've got the Magician in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse, for me, it feels like maybe you were unsure because someone else was pulling the strings. It feels like manipulation. Manipulation of time, manipulation of money, manipulation of somebody who kept putting all of the stops in place. Look, maybe you're trying to get a divorce and you want to start over and somebody kept denying the divorce. It feels like every time you turned, made a turn, the door was closed, or you bumped into a wall or hit a dead end. And so it feels like it was due to manipulation. And that's why we kept having to reassess the situation to try and get around. Like we kept having to take a bunch of different side quests. And that's why it's taking so long to get to the thing which is going to be healing and balanced, and the healing of the funds or the finances or the health. Something here is ending so something else can begin. And it is something that you're unfamiliar with. You know what I think you're unfamiliar with, Libra? Things going your way. I think something's about to go your way. Because I think that the waiting period is over, or the hardship is over, or you're finally going to be given a clean bill of health. And it feels like it's after reassessment upon reassessment upon reassessment. Again, it could be the value of a home, the value of something, because we have a lot of pentacles here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. And we've got the Chariot. So it does feel like something is coming into a moment of alchemy. Everything is perfect. So the paperwork is perfect. The finances are perfect. Like it feels like everything is coming together in a moment where there's been discipline financially. It feels like maybe you couldn't afford it, or didn't have enough time, effort, or energy, or that you were worried about your health failing. I feel like because of all of the work you've done in terms of disciplining your spending or your money or your savings or whatever, however you've been treating your health, it feels like somebody here has healed themselves to a place of transformation. Tell you about the Queen of Pentacles. Something here is going to shift for the better. It's under here. Oh, strong, really strong. So it does feel like it could be a health thing for somebody, the gift of health. Yeah. Somebody is going to give you the gift verbally. It could be written, but it also could be verbally. The Queen of Swords is here, and it could be someone who's going to be very honest about why you had to wait to hear the good news. It feels like a gift of some sort. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the King of Cups. Oh, we did talk about the King of Cups here, the King of Hearts, right? We've got the Empress. And the King of Pentacles. It feels to me like somebody here, look, there's a tower. That's the shift I was feeling already. Oh, and look at this. How cool is that? I was saying the star is here. That's the star. 16 to me is the tower. The tower showed up. And what I really love about that is one is card 16, one is card 17. The universe never leaves you out to dry. Anytime anything shifts or falls in, or the illusion breaks down, something falls apart so it can fall back together again, it feels like the universe doesn't leave you out to dry. That although everything is shifting and feels horrible and awful and terrible, the star shows up for the healing. So, oh, look at this. I love that. Look at your happinesses here, friend. Your readings have been so freaking positive lately. There's something here that you've been waiting on for a long time. I'm just going to say, for those of you who are here for a relationship reading, I really do feel that this is the beginning of a new relationship, of somebody who sees life the way you do. It feels like you hold the mirror up to them, they hold the mirror up to you. We're making a decision, a conscious, practical decision to really bring together our finances or abundance, to buy the house, possibly, to move to the next level. 4 is our stability. The King of Cups is here. It feels like it could be the King of Cups that reveals this to you. That's what could cause the shift here. It could be somebody who was unsure about the stability of the two of you and whether or not purchasing the home would be a good idea. It feels like there is maybe a manipulation in the price. Look, we're not in a very good market. For those of you who are trying to buy or sell, you know that. The Hanged Man energy is here. This took forever. But something is about to change here. There is a transformation coming that is going to be incredibly healing with the finances, or that you no longer have to wait. Something here, you don't have to wait anymore, friend. But listen, when the Tower shows up, it's always a shit show, and it's going to terrify you a little bit because something's going to seem like it's off kilter or moving under your feet. But please know that you will catch your balance again, because the Queen and the King are here. Look, the Empress is here. I feel like this is really a lot of abundance, but it's also stability. It gives you autonomy, I'm going to say. And what I mean by that is you finally are a homeowner, or you own your stability now, or you finally sold the house, and the money, all these pentacles, ends up giving you stability and victory because you finally sold the house. That's what it feels like. But something here is going to restore your joy, going to restore your happiness, going to restore your family. It feels like restoration, doing the right thing, something legal. It could be that. And it's regarding something that was very static is now becoming flexible. Look, we're going to go into the extended. If you want to come into the extended, we'll talk about this further. There's so much more to say here, so much more to talk about and clarify. If you're interested in coming into the extended, and that is in the membership area, please look at the pinned comment that is at the top of all the comments. Click on read more, and you will see the membership link if you want to join us in the membership. I also do just readings for the membership, as well as these extendeds being there. So if you're interested in that, you will get at least 4 extendeds in a month for that low price. If you're interested in a private read, please know I do pre-recorded readings. I also do live readings. Pre-recorded readings, if you click on the Hypsee link, you'll see all of my pricing, all of my time frames, and all of the packages that I offer. Readings begin at $25 and go up from there. If you're interested in a live reading with me, then you will get between 5 and 75% off when you book ahead. So please look at my schedule, book ahead if you want to speak to me over the phone or face-to-face, and we'll make that happen. I'm going to go for now into the extended. If you're there, that's great. And if you're not, that's cool too, because I'm always going to be back. I'll be back. And you guys take care of yourselves. I'm going to go for now. Take care, Libra. Bye-bye.